On the 23rd of July, Liverpool signed Hugo Ekitike for €95 million on a 6-year deal. The 23-year-old Frenchman instantly hit the ground running, scoring 3 goals and providing 1 assist in his first 4 official appearances for the club. With this, everyone was confident that Liverpool had found their long-term striker. He's really technical, loves to get involved in the build-up, and knows where the back of the net is. They definitely didn't need another striker. But the club owners decided to be greedy and go for the overkill by breaking the British transfer record to sign Alexander Isak on transfer deadline day. Over the last couple of years, the Swede has proven to be one of the 2 best strikers in the Premier League. In fact, last season, only Mo Salah scored more Premier League goals than him, and he famously denied Liverpool a trophy by scoring what turned out to be the winning goal for Newcastle in the EFL Cup final. So the quality is very obvious and undeniable. And well, if you have the funds, it only makes sense that you buy the best players in the world and create a team that can dominate, terrorise and win any game of football. But having spent €240 million on 2 high-profile strikers in the same window, one thing is for sure: they must both play. So the question is, how on earth is this gonna work? Well, like we said, both these players have to play. Clubs don't splash that kind of money on players to have them sit on the bench. The coach would have to find a way to fit them both into the lineup on a regular basis. And seeing as Salah is practically undroppable, could it be Gakpo who would be sacrificed? Isak and Ekitike are players who can play both down the middle and on the left side of attack. In his first season in the Premier League, Isak played a few games as a left winger when Callum Wilson was in unstoppable form. Ekitike also did some left wing shifts during his Stade Reims days, so that's not unfamiliar territory for either of them. It's also not unfamiliar territory for Liverpool themselves. During the days of Luis Suarez and Daniel Sturridge, we often saw either of them play right or left wing while the other occupied the centre-forward position. And guess what? In their only full season together, those 2 finished first and second in the Premier League top scorers chart. So Liverpool themselves have shown that having 2 out-and-out strikers playing in a 4-3-3 formation is very possible. So yes, that can work, and it gets even more interesting if the coach is willing to add a little twist. We'll talk about the twist later in the video. But you know what else can work? Changing the formation. Slot can explore using the good old 4-4-2 formation, which is a setup that favours teams with 2 big centre forwards. After all, this is the formation Isak plays in with the Sweden national team, where he partners up with Viktor Gyökeres up front. In this setup, Salah can play as the right midfielder, which would still allow him to operate as a winger when the team is attacking. The only problem here is that Wirtz would be playing out of position in left midfield, and who knows how he'll perform there. The 3-5-2 is another formation that the coach can explore. This would have been highly likely if they had gotten the Mark Gahey deal over the line. But even with what they have right now, the coach can explore a back 3 of Van Dijk, Konate and either Gomez or Gravenberch, then a midfield 3 of McAllister, Szoboszlai and Wirtz, with Gakpo and Salah holding width on either side as wingbacks. While this can certainly work, you got to ask, how realistic is it that Salah will be used as a wingback? Also, how realistic is it that a club that just bought 2 new fullbacks will phase them out with a new formation that same season? Yeah, not very likely, is it? We'll see what's more likely in a second, but before we do, if you aren't yet subscribed to the channel, go do that right away so that you never miss out on our amazing content. You done it? Good. Now, let's not forget that Isak is quite injury prone. Based on his profile and his qualities, we believe that he'll be the club's #1 striker for the most part of the season, but it's very likely that Isak will miss some games due to injury, because he always does. Last season, he missed 9 games due to injury. The season before that, he missed 12, and in the 2022-23 season, he missed 18 games. If his injury woes continue at Merseyside, then this window would look even more brilliant from Liverpool, because when Isak's unavailable, there won't be a massive drop in quality for Liverpool up front, because Ekitike has already shown that he has all it takes to be one of the best strikers in Europe. and the Frenchman hardly struggles with injuries. He's only missed 4 games due to injury in the last 2 seasons, so going by his history, he's expected to be available for the most part of the season. So in the end, both these players can end up playing a sufficient number of games this season without a change in formation. And remember we said that the coach can add an exciting twist to the good old 4-3-3 formation? Well, here it is. He can use a front 3 of Isak, Ekitike and Salah and have them switch positions as often as possible during games. You know, sort of like we saw with the PSG front 3 last season and how MSN often used to do during their time at Barcelona. Isak and Ekitike can play anywhere across the front line, while Salah can play on the right and down the middle. So yeah, seeing the attackers switch every now and then would certainly be very exciting for the fans and also very scary for the opponents. Even though we love him and we're sure that the Liverpool fans love him even more, the harsh reality is that Gakpo seems more likely to be a squad player this season than Isak or Ekitike. Finally, it's important to bear in mind that these are long-term signings. Ekitike is just 23 years old, while Isak is 25. They are the future of the club's attack, so it could be that the club is trying to reduce the team's dependence on Salah right now, so that when he leaves in a year or so, they won't suffer so much. So even if one of the 2 centre-forwards don't get as many minutes as they'd like this season, it shouldn't be that much of a problem because we could see the coach change formations to accommodate both of them in the near future after Salah leaves. It's not a sprint, you know, it's a marathon. But it's now time to hear from you guys. In your opinion, how is this going to work? Will Slot find a way to fit both centre-forwards into his best 11, or will one of them have to sit on the bench? Also, do you think that one of these strikers will end up unhappy with the minutes they're getting and ask to leave the club in a couple of years, just like Julian Alvarez did at Man City? Get in the comments and talk to us. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Also, turn on the bell notification so that you never miss out on new content. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye. Oh, you've asked for it and we've finally delivered. Relive the glory days with the most iconic designs in football history. Whether you're a fan of classic club colours or legendary international strips, we've got something to ignite your nostalgia. Perfect for match days, casual wear or adding to your collection. Shop the new retro range now at goal90.shop. Massive discounts await.